It's my pleasure to be talking to Steve Redhead. You've taught law, legal studies, criminology and sociology. What do you think are the differences and distinctions in the teaching of these subjects?
It's quite interesting, I think, that particularly in North America, you get a distinction between teaching, say, law, which is often in law schools and very often oriented towards producing at a postgraduate level students who are going to be lawyers, basically, working in the legal profession in some way or other. And if you take the whole kind of area of what's often called legal studies now, particularly interdisciplinary legal studies, that's quite a different approach, incorporating all sorts of aspects of sociology of law, socio-legal studies, criminology, deviancy theory, and so on. And that's what I've been most involved in certainly the recent parts of my career. But I think the interesting thing partly is, if you take something like the developing field of what's called interdisciplinary legal studies, Routledge, for example, have a great interdisciplinary legal studies book series now, and they've kind of branded it that way. But also, I found that really, really useful for teaching, and it straddles the areas that you talk about as law, legal studies, criminology, sociology, and philosophy, and so on. I think one of the things that allows you to teach differently, though, is that there is now a whole area of work, say the Routledge Interdisciplinary Legal Studies book series, that you can draw from. There is a recent stack of knowledge, new scholars producing in these areas. It was always true that kind of black letter law, for example, which was certainly the positivist legal studies, were always the dominant way of teaching when I first studied law and I actually taught law. But in recent years, that battle has become a kind of different field, and interdisciplinary legal studies, incorporating these other fields, but also moving legal studies itself as an intellectual field, has really made a difference. And I think that makes a difference for teaching. There are resources for people who are now able to teach in a quite different way across these fields, not simply having to draw on the original battles of socio-legal studies or sociology of law and legal positivism.